Okay, I've taken the guitar for a play test and pretty happy with the overall performance of the guitar. Um, I have made a few minor changes to the setup, specifically the pickups, the heights. Um, Earlier in the video, I set them to kind of a standard setting, for lack of a better word. But what I ended up doing was raising the bridge pickup to about 2/32 of an inch on both sides. And on the P90, I've got it set to 3/32 on the bass side and 2/32 on the treble side. And those numbers are just where they landed. What I found was this pickup was too quiet, the bridge. I raised it up and I lowered down this pickup a little bit, and I kind of tweaked them until I found a nice balance between the two. So when I'm switching between pickups, there isn't an overall like a significant volume change. These pickups are very different from each other, the way they sound, but I'm kind of liking the way that P90 sounds in the neck. It's got a really unique sound, so I'm looking forward to kind of messing around with that a bit more. I've got the knobs on the guitar now, as you can see. I got the switch cover on, and just gave it a quick wipe down before I started recording so we could get a good look at the finished product. So let me just zoom you in a little closer here, give you a final look. So I really like the way that guitar looks with the brass hardware, the saddles, the black finish, the cream pick guard. And it's just overall, it's a really cool looking guitar. And bring you down to the headstock here. Nothing really changed since we reinstalled the tuners and put the string trees on. I mentioned earlier in a video, the B string kind of had a sitar effect. I'm not hearing that through the amplifier when I play it, which is good. So I'm not going to really worry about that at this point. I think at some point in the future, I'm going to maybe swap this nut out just for a new one, like a Graph Tech or something. I have, at some point I will need to get swapped out because there is a fair bit of wear in those grooves, but it's nothing to worry about right now. It's still got a lot of mileage left on that nut, so I'm just going to leave it for now. Snip the string tails off, as you can see. And yeah, the thing has been playing really well. I've stretched the strings out and it's staying in tune really well. The only thing that kind of stood out to me was I noticed a little bit of a buzz on the A string. Now, I'm not sure how well this will come through in the video, but I'll try it. So if I pluck the string on any fret here, I'll just do it here so you can see it. Hopefully that's coming through. You can hear it sounds like it's hitting one of the frets right up until about the 17th fret. Nice and clean there. If you can hear that little rattle noise. So I took the fret rocker and I checked the frets. Now it's not happening when I depress at the 17th fret, which tells me it's the 17th fret back is the problem, because from here to here, there's no buzzing happening. But as soon as I start moving back this way, I'm hearing that buzzing. So sure enough, there's a bit of a high spot there. It's very, very minor. Like I barely could see it. It's something you kind of have to feel with the fret rocker. But I decided to, I loosened the strings off just to pull them out of the way, and I tapped the fret back down, because when I started this project, there were a few high spots, not high spots, but the fret lifted a little bit, it seemed. And I tapped it back down, and it seemed to be fine. And it was fine all the way until I put the strings back on and put the neck back on the guitar. So what I think has happened is, with the string tension on, it's basically compressing things a little bit, right? Like the neck has got a bit of a bow in it, like a normal amount of bow as far as neck relief goes. And I think maybe that tension has just put enough pressure on the wood to maybe lift that fret up again. Because after I had tapped it back down and then retuned it, it was fine. And then the next day I came back and it was buzzing again. So that tells me that tapping the fret is not going to fix it. So it needs to either be maybe tapped in and glued, or maybe just a little spot leveling there to fix that. But it's very, very minor, and I'm not going to even worry about it at this point. When I change the strings next, I will address that problem. And what I think I might do, depending on the status of the nut, I might do like a follow up video where I just address that high spot and perhaps change the nut. But for now, I mean, it's barely an issue, quite frankly. I really only hear it when I'm on a very clean setting on the amplifier, and I don't normally play well any of my guitars on that much of a clean setting. Like there's always a little bit of distortion, a little bit of dirt on the setting, regardless of whatever amp I'm using. So you really don't hear it once you put a little distortion on. And I must say that both these pickups respond really well to a little bit of gain. I tried it on a really high gain setting, and they didn't really like that too much. But a nice crunchy setting, or midway distortion on a heavily distorted amp, they both really shine. Like they really came alive when I was playing those. So that was kind of cool. I would record it and let you hear it, but all I have to record are these little mics, and they don't do a very good job of capturing how the guitar and the amp and the pickups sound. I've tried a few experiments, and it's just not really worth even putting it into the video because it's not an accurate representation. So maybe sometime down the road, maybe I'll try and work something out where I can record a better quality recording of the audio. But for now, you'll just have to take my word on how they sound, and I'll try and describe it as best I can. But overall, I'm quite happy with the guitar. I'm definitely keeping it, and I think that'll do it for the Stagg SET-CST. Oh, speaking of that, a buddy of mine, Mark, um, he reached out to me and told me he found out what those letters mean. So the SET stands for Standard Electric, and the T stands for, I guess, the Telecaster style of the guitar, right? The body. And the CST is basically stands for custom. So custom, I would think, would be referring to the P90 in the neck, because Stagg does make another Telecaster style guitar that is the more traditional style with the lipstick pickup here, and that's just called standard T or something like that. I can't remember, but so I did find out what those letters mean. I still think it's kind of a dumb name, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate you reaching out and providing me that information. So now we know what those letters stand for. And yeah, I think that'll do it for the Stagg. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. It was a bit longer than I planned. I think we're up to part 9 now, but there was a lot to do. I mean, we did a lot on the body, did a little bit of the electronics, replacing a few things, some modifications on the plate, some simple upgrades like the strap buttons and the string trees, things like that. But yeah, hopefully you found something of value here, and I appreciate everyone for watching. Yeah, and if you have any thoughts or comments on this guitar or questions on what was done, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll answer any comments I can, and I think we'll wrap it up there. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.